What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with another brand new episode review of House of Villains, you guys. This is season 1, episode 5, and this episode is titled Shakedown, you guys. So, before I get into this video, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss, what's the show again? House of Villains, you guys. Sorry. All right, you guys, so you guys remember in the last episode, New York was the one who went home, and you guys remember it was 2 votes for New York to stay, and everyone else voted for Anfisa to stay in the house. So Anfisa is like, basically F whoever voted against her, but she is trying to figure out who voted against her. And you guys remember the 2 people who voted against her ended up being Bobby and Shake, right? So she went to talk to Shake, and she asked Shake like, hey, old buddy, old pal of mine, did you vote against me? And Shake was like, no, I didn't vote against you. And she's like, do you think Corinne did it? And he was like, okay, Corinne. Yes, I definitely think Corinne did it. So Shake is throwing Corinne under the bus. I was like, oh God. So that means we're finna get a blow up from Corinne in this episode. Yippee, skippy, dippy, yay. You know what I will say, when it comes to hearing Corinne's voice, it's kind of grating, to be quite honest with you guys. I don't like hearing her voice. I just really don't like hearing her voice. I just noticed that in this week's episode. I'm like, that's what it is about it. Corinne's voice is hella and annoying to me, but hey, it is what it is, right? So Bobby came outside and sat down, and so Bobby was like, girl, I voted against you, so it is what it is. And he was like, looking at Shake, did you vote against her? And he was like, no, it wasn't me, it was Corinne. And so he's trying to say that Corinne voted against her because Corinne is jealous of the relationship that she has with Bananas. I was like, say what now, Shake? Okay, I guess I haven't really saw Anfisa around Bananas like that. I do see Corinne around him a lot. But okay, now here's the thing about Shake. I don't know what game Shake thinks he's playing. You should keep your secrets to yourself. This is a rookie mistake. Why would you then go upstairs when Bobby is by himself and tell Bobby, hey Bobby, it was me that voted against her? I was like, Shake, that's not smart at all. You don't think that he would use that as leverage against you later in the comp? I mean, this is a competition show, and if you don't think about it, like, that is something he can definitely use as a leverage for whoever supervillain of the week is. Like, he can go to the supervillain and be like, hey, so, I had a conversation with Shake earlier, and he told me that it was him that voted for Anfisa to go last week, but he's just throwing Corinne under the bus. Let's just say on the offset that Corinne had won, or even Anfisa had won. Bobby could have easily taken that information over to them and let them know that, and then guess who would be on the hit list? Shake would be on the hit list. You're not playing a good game, buddy. Not playing a great game at all, but let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Now, after this, we did find out that Bobby wants to break up Corinne and Bananas. And I was like, that's smart because they're in alliance with each other. Now, as far as the alliances go, I can't even tell you who's aligned with who. I know that, Fair Play and Omarosa are aligned with each other. I do know that. And you can definitely see a clear alliance between Bananas and between Corinne. But here's the thing about it. For someone like Bobby, who is not considered a strong player, what I would do is I would take out the biggest competition first. This is not a gameplay that I would really do, but if I was Bobby, I would take out people that I know I have no chance of beating, right? And I would take out Bananas, I would go for Fair Play, and I would go for Omarosa. Those would be my top 3. Those would be the top 3 people that I would want out because I know I can't beat them. But actually, I wouldn't do that either. Strategically, I would not do that. Because at that point, if you put those three up, then you have one person who's going to come down, and then you're going to have one person who's going to stay. So at that point, you have blood on your hands, and so they're going to come after you because you put them up. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. So what I would actually do is I would, me personally, since Bananas is aligned with Corinne, I would go after his ally. So I would go after Corinne first, and then I would put Fair Play up as a decoy, right? So if Fair Play wins and saves himself, then that's fine. If he doesn't, then it'll be between he and Corinne, and then I would put up a pawn at that point, and I would put the pawn up of Tanisha, because I feel like everybody in the house loves Tanisha, right? So even if it comes down to Corinne and Tanisha, Corinne will go home, and he will and Bananas will lose an ally. Or if it came down to Fair Play and Tanisha, I could sway the votes and say, hey, Fair Play is if you did you guys not watch him on Survivor, he's a cunning player. We have to get rid of him, and he's closely aligned with Omarosa. I would do something like that. And that's what I would do. So that way, when they come after, it weakens it, in a sense, it weakens them. So hey, yeah. But yeah, that's what it is. So Bobby then did tell Corinne what Shake did and that he's trying to throw her under the bus. And yep, in typical Corinne fashion, she went upstairs and she caused a whole ruckus. I was like, oh, good God. Why? Why didn't they send Corinne home the first week? Why did it have to be Jax? Actually, no, what I'm still happy that it was Jax, but damn, can Corinne go home? Corinne can go. Now, we get to the competition of this week, right? So the object of this week's competition, they told them how to dress. Not really. So there's a big block of ice. There's blocks of ice, and they have a treasure. They have a little chest, right, that they have to get into. It's like three locks that are currently on there, and so they have a big key that they have to get to, and they have to then try to get to the other one. So you have keys and you have locks in the other blocks of ice. If you get a lock, you can put it on anybody's chest, and that'll stop them and then they'll have to unlock that lock as well as the other three. So that's the object of the game. So Banana's whole thing is he wants for Shake to win this competition. So Bananas is helping Shake, and in the same point, whenever he gets a lock, he puts it on Bobby's, right? And so Bobby's doing the same thing for Shake. So are the other ladies. They're putting them on Shake. But Shake was so cocky, he got all the locks off, and he forgot that Joel said, once you get all your locks off, open your chest. Shake didn't open his chest. Shake technically won the competition, but he lost it because of a technicality. And guess who won Supervillain of the Week? And she wasn't even trying. Omarosa. Omarosa is the Supervillain of the Week. I was like, ain't that about a bitch? Because Shake was like, no, you said get all the keys off. And they played it back. And he said, get all the keys off and open your chest. Because Shake was like, you're screwed. You're screwed. You're screwed. I was like, no, sir. You're screwed because the competition is still going on. Like, you don't realize. And I was sitting here looking at Shake like, dude, just go run and just lift that bitch. Lift it. He never did. Omarosa lifted it and won. I was like, oh my God. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But like I said earlier, Shake, what game are you playing, dude? What game are you playing? I just don't know. But let's pause here, you guys, and wrap up the episode. All right, you guys. So for the outing, Omarosa chose Anfisa and Fair Play to go with her, right? And so Omarosa was wondering if she could put up Fair Play. And I was like, Omarosa, I don't think that would be a good idea, because if he doesn't win the challenge, then your strongest and closest ally in the house is on the block, and he is potentially facing banishment. And again, he is a survivor legend. And so if anybody in this house, I mean, they saw what he did to Jax, they saw what he did to New York. Anybody with common sense would be smart enough to say, hey, he is a good player. Let's get rid of him while the iron is hot. So I was like, I don't know if that'll be a good idea for you or your gang, because at the same token, I'm thinking on Omarosa's part, right? Omarosa is a strong player so far in this game. And so if she were to put Fair Play up, and let's just say on an offset that Fair Play goes home, that now places a target squarely on your back, right? She even went up to Johnny to talk to Johnny about putting him putting him up as well. And Johnny was like, if you put me up, the gloves are off. Whereas we got all these weaker players in the house. They want us to go after each other. And I'm like, that's exactly true. That is so true. So I was like, and I knew this. I was like, it wouldn't be smart for Omarosa to put up. Be honest with you guys, it's not even smart for her to put up Shake, because once you get Shake out of the house, then that opens up the floodgates for Omarosa, Fair Play, and Bananas, the three, the top three. That opens up the floodgates for those three. And then you have a bunch of floaters left in the game, which is Tanisha, Corinne, and Bobby. Those are floaters for me personally. You would have those three who've done nothing, but they have a great social game in this. They're very social. If this were Big Brother, they would absolutely crush it, because they're social. And the good thing with this is nobody votes on who wins that I know of, unlike with Big Brother. But so yeah, we get to the down to the layer where they're gonna, she places her people up for nomination, and she went the route that I figured she would go. I figured she would go this route. Now, mind you, at one point she told the ladies that she was not gonna put up any one of them, right? So the people who she put up was Corinne, Shake, and Tanisha. I was like, that is very, very smart. I was like, and I think she's kind of banking on hope. I think she's probably hoping that Shake wins that competition, so that way it's down to Corinne and Tanisha, who are in the bottom two, and everybody has to vote on, right? Because the longer that Shake stays in the house, and he completely makes an ass of himself, that's going to be your target that you can use every week. Like, that can be a big target for you guys. But hey, that is the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.